You can defend. The Nuggets defended well today in San Antonio, and look at that. With that victory, they tie for the second longest win streak in franchise history. They are currently the hottest team in the NBA. That's 12 straight, just zooming into the postseason. And it's not over there. They won their 26th road game today, Chris Dempsey. 26 road games is also a Nuggets franchise record.
They did a lot of good things in this season, Vic. This is just, despite personnel losses that were really consistent throughout the entirety of the season and all the way until this game 82. Peyton Watson wouldn't have been available in this game. And so, it's a real credit to the players who were kind of in and out in the lineup, but trying to just claw together victories, just win a game however you need to win the game on that particular night. The Nuggets were able to do that as well as any team in the NBA. And even when there were instances and stints like there were some home losses in a row, they never let that get to them. They just corrected and course corrected, and they were able to do this. 54 wins is just a fabulous season. And, 50 wins, period, is a fabulous season in this league. But to do that in the way that the Nuggets were able to do that, facing the adversity that they faced, is really, really well done.
All right. Credit to David Adelman and his staff.
Yeah, correct.
Really, they managed to navigate some troubled waters, and they got the Nuggets to the finish line, the postseason, as the number 3 seed. Here's Coach Adelman in San Antonio.
David, how would you just sum up the effort that you saw from the guys that were available to play for you tonight?
Yeah, I mean, they just, like I said before the game, we prepared to win the game, played the young guys late. The performances by those guys is really impressive. You get David Rody with 13 rebounds, 7 offensive rebounds. Curtis 13 points, Pick 11 and 6 playing the point guard position, and Julian Strawther 25 points, just building off what he's been doing throughout the season. So, I was really, really proud of those guys. And we went with the young guys late, and they held on. I would say what really stands out to me is whoever plays for us, we had 30 assists. Whoever plays for us, we had 19 offensive rebounds with this group. But after the rebounds, making the right plays for each other. And if you take a lot of open shots, you're bound to score a lot of points. And that's what we've done the whole season. And for them to have that translate to guys that haven't gotten an opportunity says a lot about our group.
How would you describe the momentum that this team has right now?
It's high, but it just restarts now. We have a week to prepare. I am immensely proud, most road wins in team history. To get to 54 with all the stuff that's gone on, just immensely proud of the group. And like I said, it was a cool way to end the year without your best guys in the sense of the guys that play the most minutes and still play the right way. So it was just we feel good about ourselves, but so these other teams do too. And we know what this is going to be. The Western Conference playoffs are going to be absolutely insane.
You go in on the win streak. You know your opponent very well in Minnesota. What are kind of the initial thoughts? Well, does it almost require a little less prep with as familiar as you guys are with them?
Yeah, I mean, we've played so many times over the years, playoffs, regular season. We know each other with Tim over there, and Chris Finch and Micah and those guys. So we know it's going to be a battle. I mean, it always is with that team. But I know this. You can't duck opponents, and they didn't want to duck us. We're not ducking anybody. And everybody talks about the best matchup and all these things. You don't know what's going to happen. And if you're asking to play against Kevin Durant, what? So it's the opponent's the opponent, and we have a ton of respect for them, as I know they do for us. It's going to be a hell of a series.
Nikola, it looked like he was having a decent amount of fun there in the first half, especially as you guys are making that run. Like, obviously, it's kind of an awkward, obligatory situation to some extent, but what did you just kind of see from him in terms of embracing the situation? Yeah,
and I think he embraced it because how hard those guys were playing with him, and I think there's a respect value there when he sees guys, playing for opportunities. And a guy like him that's done everything in this game, I think he respects that. And I heard that overrated. I don't know about the overrated thing. He was on pace for 46 and 16. But anyway, it seemed like he had a good time out there.
Coach, last couple of games, David Roddy has been impressive. How surprised are you, if at all, about what he can offer to this team?
Yeah, I think David, I always say this about players. If you know who you are, you give yourself a chance. And he knows what he is. He plays with physicality, great energy, hits the glass. He's a really good transition offensive player, and he competes defensively. So if you stay in your lane and you do all those things at a high level, you give yourself a chance to be a professional basketball player. And I just say this all the time. It's not the most talented players in the world in the NBA all the time. It's the guys that have figured out who they are. If you do what you do well and you stay out of the other lanes of other guys and what they do, you can look pretty good on a basketball court, and that's what David's been doing.
Coach, just with the way Rody has been playing, do you feel like he's earned some playing time for this upcoming playoff stretch?
Oh, I don't know about that. I mean, we'll talk about all that, but we get our full complement of players. We'll decide what the rotation is going to be, not to mention I don't know who's going to be back as far as like Peyton Watson, Spencer Jones, guys like that. But I will say this. He's earned the right to have that conversation. And that's all you want as a player, to impress the coaching staff, to bring that up in a conversation. Where could he help us in a playoff game?
And then with just how well you all played and the Spurs sitting so many of their starters, did this win feel bigger because of that?
No, I think you just attacked the game as you attacked the game. I mean, they had De'Aaron Fox in at the end of the game, who is an all-star player. So they obviously, Vassell 33 minutes, Fox 33 minutes, Castle 30 minutes, Harrison Barnes 30 minutes. So it was impressive. But I would say our guys didn't go into this saying we're supposed to lose the game. They went in to compete, and you compete against high-level players like the Spurs have, a 60-win team. It's a great opportunity for those guys.
We've seen you coach 82 games this year.
Chris, I don't know about you, but I love Coach Adelman's attitude about this because we wondered, what did the Nuggets want going into this game? Because it looked like when you don't play your 7 regulars, you sit them out.
Yeah.
Today. You sat out your starters the last game. You could define that as, maybe they want the 4 seed. No, they wanted to win, but they wanted health. They got the best of both worlds. I do need to ask you.
Yep.
Does it concern you that Minnesota doesn't fear the Nuggets?
No. I think both of these teams they're known commodities to each other. So Minnesota, that's a good basketball team. I mean, they've been in the conference finals each of the last 2 years.
And they've done so from lower seeded situations.
Absolutely
they just
right.
beat teams seeded ahead of them. Yeah. They've done this song and dance before 2 years in a row.
Yeah, correct. And they know that they've had a little bit of success against the Nuggets in the playoffs. So they're not going to walk into the playoffs fearful at all. But also the Nuggets have had success against them in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I just think both teams have a healthy respect for the other, understanding that this is going to be a long series.
And at the end of the day, listen, you can't be fearful of a pack of wolves in the opening round because,
right.
What are we doing here? Are you contending for a championship or not? You got to beat the teams in front of you.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's exactly what Coach Adelman stressed there. All right, when we come back, plenty more on how the Nuggets in action. Look at that strip by David Roddy. Yeah. Give the assist to David Roddy. Mean green. He wore that CSU green. He was picked up by the Nuggets as a two-way player. And by the way, as you mentioned, he is not eligible for the playoffs, correct?
Yeah, two-way players on active two-way contracts are not eligible for the playoffs. So David Adelman was asked the question in the press conference, and he said, look, they're going to evaluate the roster, but Roddy has acquitted himself so well, but on a two-way contract, he will not play in the playoffs.
Powerful player, 15 and 13 tonight for the Nuggets in that victory. He spoke to Katie Winge in the Nuggets locker room.
David, describe your mentality going out there and with this bigger opportunity.
Yeah, it was a little bit just more in the present. That's the biggest thing. Like I said, last game, last 2 games, I'm two-way eligible. So enjoy the moment, have fun, play with a smile on my face and a little bit of aggression. So happy the outcome was a win.
What do you feel like you've proven the last 2 games?
That I can compete no matter who's on the floor, impact winning in so many different ways, whether it's defense, offensive rebounds, just making the winning plays, and all the guys today made winning plays today. So we're just really happy about it.
What goes into being a great offensive rebounder?
Angles and luck sometimes. Just getting your body in a position like JV does all the time. So usually, my fault. Just getting into position. I was a big my whole life, so kind of just know the intangibles of where guys shoot and things like that and get lucky.
I know you haven't been a part of this team for a super long time, but joining them, what feels special about this group?
The way that we just normally talk about getting 30 assists in a game is outrageous. Just because the way we share the ball and how we play, it's just amazing to watch and amazing to learn as well, and be a part of. Other teams that I've been on were struggling to get to 30, but this team is so natural. 40 is in our range, so that tells you that everybody from Yoke all the way down to me is unselfish and have a clear goal in mind, and that's to win.
Number 3 seed, playing Minnesota in that first round. What's the mentality? What are you thinking going into the playoffs now?
Just excitement. Again, we're going to take this time off a little bit, rest our bodies, and get ready, get our mental right, watch the scout, and again play the T-Wolves. So very excited for that series. They're very talented, and again, it's going to be a spectacle. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
David